Welcome, duelists. In this video, I'll show you how to farm any rank 4 XYZ monster playmat, using number 101, Silent Honor Arc as an example. Let's go to the deck. First, at the start of the turn, we activate Night Flight to return the rank 4 XYZ we want to farm. Then we normal summon Lunalite White Rabbit. This lets us activate its effect to special summon a Lunalite monster from the graveyard. It can be any level 4, except Lunalite Yellow Marten, since it's important that she stays in the graveyard so we can use her effect to return a Lunalite monster, in this case Lunalite White Rabbit, from the field to the hand. This way, we get 2 level 4 monsters ready to be used as XYZ material for the monster we want to farm, and we also have Lunalite White Rabbit back in hand to repeat the process next turn. After that, just XYZ summon your monster. The card recycle is essential in this strategy. This continuous spell lets you recycle Night Flight every turn at the cost of only 300 life points. This ensures we don't run out of cards in the deck, avoiding deck out. However, paying 300 life points every turn can make us lose the duel. That's why we use the continuous trap Solemn Wishes, which lets us gain 500 life points every turn. Next, we have Gift Exchange, which has a very specific role, giving the opponent the card Localized Tornado. This is essential to prevent the opponent from losing by deck out. And since I mentioned Localized Tornado, it's worth reinforcing, in Duel Links, duels have a maximum limit of 50 turns. So if you go first, you must win on turn 49. If you go second, you must win on turn 50. The trap card Good Goblin Housekeeping is used to draw cards and shuffle back bricks or the card the opponent gives us through the effect of Gift Exchange. The rest of the deck can be filled with level 4 Lunalite monsters and draw cards like Jar of Greed, always prioritizing a higher number of level 4 Lunalite monsters. To finish, you obviously need to have the monster you want to farm in your deck. You can add it directly to the deck, but if you don't own it on your account, just use the skill that adds it to the deck. You can also use both options at the same time. If you're enjoying the video, leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let's go to the replay. Challenge a level 10 duelist. In my case, I face Tia, since I consider her the weakest among the level 10 duelists. you might be thinking, this deck can farm rank 4 XYZ that only require 2 materials, but what if the monster I want to farm requires 3 materials? To solve that, we just make a few changes to the deck. First, replace the continuous trap Solemn Wishes with Golden Ladybug. This way, we still gain 500 life points every turn and also free up a spell trap zone to use the pendulum effect of Lunalite Tiger, which lets us special summon a level 4 Lunalite monster from the graveyard. Let's go to the replay.
Get it!
Now you might be wondering, what if the XYZ monster requires specific types or attributes? For that, we go back to the first version of the deck and make some adjustments. Once again, replace Solemn Wishes with Golden Ladybug. This time, instead of Lunalite Tiger, we use the Continuous Trap DNA Surgery if the monster requires specific types, or the Continuous Trap DNA Transplant if it requires specific attributes. Let's go to the replay.
Duel!
Some of you might still be thinking, what if the XYZ monster needs 3 materials with a specific type or attribute? That's clearly the most annoying case, since it requires the most changes from the original deck. Start by replacing Solemn Wishes with Golden Ladybug. Then add either DNA surgery or DNA transplant, depending on the requirement. Next, replace the 3 copies of Night Flight with 3 copies of a continuous trap that can special summon itself as a level 4 monster. This will be the card you recycle every turn with Recycle and also your third XYZ material. Now comes the dilemma: without Night Flight, how do we return the XYZ monster to the extra deck? For that, we add 2 cards, Guardian Statue and the spell Mystic Box. Mystic Box is used to give the opponent Guardian Statue, which will allow the opponent, every turn, to return one of your monsters to the hand. If the only monster on your field during the opponent's turn is the XYZ you want to farm, it will always be returned to the extra deck. But doesn't that leave us open to direct attacks? Yes, it does. That's why it's important that the card Recycled by Recycle is a continuous trap that can summon itself as a monster, so we have protection after Guardian Statue resolves. Let's go to the replay.
Duel!
I believe these decks can farm the playmats in about 5 to 6 duels, maybe the last one takes 7. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel.